But I believe this is his uncle putting that out there, trying to put.
Why would he put it out there?
Because Skip, who's gained something from this? If he were to, let me ask you a question.
Nobody.
Let me ask you a question. His uncle said the reports are he might be happy to go to Philadelphia. So if he goes to Philly, he's going to be number one?
No, but that's Philly saying he might be. We can talk him into it.
No.
That's not Kawhi saying
If
that.
he goes to Philadelphia, I'm not saying staying long term.
Yeah.
Would he be the second option behind Joel Embiid? If he goes to Boston, Kyrie. So this notion that all of a sudden, because until Tim Duncan left, he was the second option. And Skip, even when Tim Duncan left, they bought LaMarcus Aldridge in to be the number one option. So until Kawhi burst onto the scene, he was supposed to be the number two option behind LaMarcus Aldridge.
That was just 2 years ago, he was supposed to be the number two option.
Exactly. So I just believe, and I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'll come on and say I was wrong, but I believe this is his uncle, who's now his representative, setting this out there, saying, well, he doesn't want to play, thinking the Lakers are going to make a bad deal. The Lakers are not giving up their entire franchise for Kawhi. I'm sorry.
No, but why wouldn't you say he does want to play for the Lakers so you would encourage them to do the deal?
Because here's the thing, Skip Bayless. Nobody is going to really, because basically we've heard, it's been put out there that his representatives say Kawhi is only going to be willing to sign with the Lakers. Now, nobody is going to give up young assets and even and picks for Kawhi when the possibility of him not re-signing. They're just not going to do that. I just believe this is his uncle trying to put the pressure. Well, now all of a sudden he wants to be a Clipper. Really? Now the Clippers. Okay. Let's just say for the sake of argument that's true. And, okay, go. Let the Clippers put a package together. What do they have to offer you? What young player? Oh, you want Tobias Harris? Really? So what else you going to get? Tobias Harris? Patrick Beverley?
Their draft picks.
Yeah.
I mean, the kids they just drafted.
But they say they want young. They want players now. So how do you go from this? Let me get this right. I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. You go from Tobias Harris and Patrick Beverley as opposed to you wanted Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. You wanted Kyle Kuzma and Brandon Ingram. Okay. I can see the Spurs doing this deal in a hurry now. Y'all can't fool O'Shea Sharpe.
You're completely missing the point here. This is more weirdness from a really weird dude in Kawhi Leonard. This is another flashing red light. Proceed with caution to anybody who has any interest in acquiring Kawhi Leonard. So what did we just hear from Michael C. Wright, who covers the San Antonio Spurs for ESPN.com? He has validated what Shams Charania reported on Colin Cowherd's show on The Herd the other day, which is, wait a second, timeout, and Shams was really strong with it. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but he said everyone's missing the point here. He's not jumping for joy to play with LeBron, that he doesn't want to join forces with LeBron. This is discouraging him from wanting to be a Laker and encouraging him to want to be crosstown Los Angeles Clipper. So he wants to play for a Los Angeles team, but not for LeBron's
If you don't mind me, Skip, you've been in the business, you was in the business for 40 plus years. How do reporters get inside information? Who gives that to them? So somebody in his camp, right?
I'm assuming the uncle.
Oh, okay. So I'm saying that the uncle is putting this out there to try to generate a trade, but you're saying the uncle is trying to...
Time out. There's more to the report from Michael C. Wright covering the Spurs for ESPN.com. He has bounced it off Spurs officials who confirm, yes, that's what's going on here. But the quote from one Spurs insider is, unfortunately, the Clippers don't have bleep to trade. Back to your point. Okay, so the Spurs are stuck. We don't want any of the Clippers' assets. Well, why are you doing that? Because it's blowing up your dream.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, because here's the thing.
He doesn't want to play. Here's what this guy is. Okay, let's go back. How did he fall to the 15th pick in the first round of the draft? How did they steal him in the first place?
Maybe he was a late bloomer, Skip.
He was a very late bloomer
Okay.
because when you I watched, I don't know, 3 or 4 games at San Diego State, and you just couldn't see him because he wasn't aggressive enough. He not only was he very quiet off the court, he was pretty quiet on the floor.
Yeah,
he had no body language. He had no charisma. He had no vitality to his game. Where he never leaped off your TV screen.
Can I ask you a question, Skip?
Well, let me finish
okay,
here.
Go ahead.
So the point is, the Spurs saw something because R.C. Buford is the best finder of hidden talent in the league. It's not even close because he went and stole Ginobili at the bottom of the second round, stole Tony Parker at the bottom of the first round, and he kept the Spurs in contention by beating the draft at its own game. He did it year after year, and he did it all the way to Kawhi Leonard. He traded George Hill for Kawhi Leonard virtually to get that pick back that he used with the 15th overall. And again,
he wouldn't have ended up with us.
For Kawhi Leonard to go 15th in the draft, but he couldn't shoot a lick. He had no shot. He had no mid-range. He definitely had no three-point shot. And that Chip England, who is their shot doctor, their shooting coach, he finally, over the first 3 years, taught Kawhi a shot that became a pretty good shot, pretty deadly, even from 3.
Oh, yeah.
So all of a sudden, he became the whole two-way package. But, to your point, 2 years ago, when they had the big free agent signing of LaMarcus, that was the steal of the offseason that year.
Because everybody thought he was going to the Lakers.
Everybody did, or anywhere but San Antonio.
Correct.
And all of a sudden, San Antonio's back in business with LaMarcus Aldridge.
He's supposed to be that Tim Duncan.
And they tried to make him that guy, and at the biggest moment against Oklahoma City in the playoffs, when I thought they had him, nope, they didn't have him. Because remember, he got off to a crazy hot start.
He had 40 that first game, right?
And he had maybe the third game they won. It was the first game at Oklahoma City. I remember it was a Friday night. He made some outrage. I forget what it was, like 20 or 24 shots. And then all of a sudden, when the lights got really bright and hot, he shrank and melted. And they decided, wait a second, maybe Kawhi's got to be the man. So last year, they go into the season pushing Kawhi as the new face of the franchise. Chris Broussard sat right here before the season started and predicted Kawhi Leonard was going to win MVP. And right on schedule, he crumbled under the pressure to be the man. Wait, I got to be the guy. I got to be the MVP. He takes a knee to the thigh and exaggerates the injury to the point he takes the rest of the year off.
Skip, stop saying he exaggerated it. He didn't exaggerate the injury. The man was hurt. Give him the benefit of the doubt.
I talked on the phone to a doctor who had closely examined him and all of the pictures of his right leg, and he could find nothing.
Well, I talked to a doctor.
Nothing. You did not.
And the doctor say sometimes people have injuries or ailments that dumbfounds even the greatest medical. But let me ask you this, Skip Bayless.
Okay, but think about this. Look, to sum this up, think about what just happened. This is the same Kawhi Leonard who didn't want to be the man in a San Antonio where I know it's a small market, but it's all you got. Have you been to San Antonio? Okay, so obviously I've been there for lots of big games.
I went there twice for the Army All-American football game.
Great game. So the point is, if you're a Spur in San Antonio, there's huge pressure because you have legacy pressure from the franchise, and you have the pressure of you're the only game in town.
Only show in town.
Yeah, okay? So he's saying, wait a second, I want to go home. I want to go back to Los Angeles, but I don't want to have to live up to being LeBron's sidekick or his number 2 or his co-star. I don't want to do that.
But let me ask you a question. Watching Kawhi and studying him, does he have an alpha personality? Does this strike you as something that Kawhi would say, or this strike you as something his uncle would say? Because we've never heard Kawhi become so vocal until his uncle took over his operation.
I don't think he has an alpha personality at all.
Exactly.
I think he has a beta personality.
So that would serve him well playing second fiddle. It's the alpha dogs that have a problem. Kyrie was an alpha dog.
No, but nobody would consider him second fiddle to LeBron. He would be considered the co-star, and especially as LeBron ages a little bit. Not that he's an old player, but he's older.
Holly,
you don't think
second fiddle? I didn't say that. That's what Kawhi said. That's what it said. He doesn't want to be second fiddle. I didn't say second fiddle. I'm just repeating what he said.
But he's okay to be the man with the Clippers because nobody really expects much from the Clippers. So give him the max deal for the Clippers, and he's happy. He's in L.A. He's on the second team. He can play in LeBron's shadow. That's perfect. I believe this completely.
Alpha personalities, Skip Bayless, they want to be that dog. They want the challenge.
You're right.
So everybody, like I said, everybody can't be an alpha. You can be great, you can make the Hall of Fame, but everybody that's in Hall of Fames, everybody that's great, Skip, aren't alpha personalities. I don't believe Kawhi Leonard is an alpha personality.
Okay, thank you. Neither is Paul George, which is why Paul said, I'm staying in Oklahoma City, man. I don't want any part of that. You've told me it's so hard to play with LeBron James, especially if you're the co-star. That's the most pressure in all of sports, is to be LeBron's co-star, because the media, the LeBron protecting media, is quick to pounce on the co-star as you let him down.
They didn't pounce on Kyrie.
Well, because Kyrie was
Exactly. If you do your job, you don't get pounced on.
But he's a superstar.
They didn't beat me up when I played with number 7, John Elway.
How many times did I tell you? I thought Kyrie was the first option on offense for the Cavaliers.
You got jokes, huh?
Well, I don't have jokes because I know who the closer was.
Were you at the Laugh Factory tonight?
No, I was at Game 7 watching Game 7 in Oakland when he hit the shot of shots.
So are we going to disregard that triple dub that Bron threw up? Or are we going to disregard those 3-4 blocks that he had? Are we going to disregard that? So what am I supposed to do with that, Skip?
We're supposed to say, who closed the deal, because who in the end is the more valuable player to the Cavaliers?
Skip.
The one where when it's time to make the shot, who said, get out of my way, I got this.
Can I use your argument, Skip Bayless? How is there pressure on Kyrie? Because if he misses the shot, they're still tied. There's still time on the clock. Because that's what you told me. You told me in this playoff run when LeBron was hitting all those shots, you told me there's no pressure. Chris Broussard said, no pressure. Rob Parker, no pressure, because if he doesn't hit it, they're still tied. So how is there pressure on Kyrie to hit that shot when if he misses it, they're still tied?
Well, I'll give you that. But you said yesterday, you agreed, the closer was Kyrie on that team. You told me that many times.
You know why? Because LeBron suppressed who he naturally was. We just saw this playoff run that LeBron James was very capable of closing. But to appease Kyrie, to let Kyrie bro, I'm good. I'm LeBron James. I'm a 4-time league MVP, 3 finals MVP. I'm secure. An alpha man that's securing himself. Say, you know what, Kyrie, go and do your thing, bro. Do you over there. I'm going to stand here in the corner. Watch Kyrie pat that. Go to the basket.
You think Kyrie would have let LeBron sit on that bench, removed from the team at the end of regulation of Game 1 of these past finals, and pout and cry?
Kyrie wouldn't even showed up like he did Game 7. Remember he had his wisdom teeth pulled, Skip? Oh, my bad. No, he had a deviated septum. He wasn't even on the bench for Game 7, so I don't know what he would have done. Do you?
Yeah, I do. Okay. He would have said, get over here, we got this. Or I got this.
No, we don't. Oh, is that what he said last year in Game 3 when you threw up them bricks? 0 for 7 from 3? Clank.
We got to move on.